right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. I'm back at you with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And the sword is being prepared against Jacob. And you Israelites out there are clueless of the war that's being prepared against you. Ultimately, Jake is not ready, man. Okay? Just following up on this lesson that I did using this article here from theguardian.com, all right, which is entitled, "These are conditions ripe for political violence. How close is the U.S. to civil war?" All right? Just highlighting this paragraph again. Okay? Because these scenarios are going to hit the streets of Babylon the Great, all right, America. All right? This is going to happen. This is going to happen sooner than what we know. Okay? It says if a second civil war breaks out in the U.S., it will be a guerrilla war fought by multiple small militias spread around the country, as you saw in the beginning of this video. Okay? These Edomites are all around the country in the woods, okay, shooting targets with Jake's face on them. You know, they're out there training, okay, tactical warfare on how to maneuver through the cities, okay. These Edomite militia groups, which is going to consist of ex-cops, military, and ex-federal agents, you know. It says if a second civil war breaks out in the U.S., it would be a guerrilla war fought by multiple small militias spread around the country. Their targets will be civilians, mainly minority groups, all right? That's you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics. It said mainly minority groups are going to be targeted. It says opposition leaders and federal employees, judges will be assassinated. Democrats and moderate Republicans will be jailed on bogus charges. Black churches and synagogues bombed. Pedestrians picked off by snipers in city streets. Okay? That's what these Edomites out there training for, man. Okay? Martial law, you're talking about civil unrest. Okay? Deputized Edomites roaming the streets. It says, and federal agents threatened with death should they enforce federal law. The goal would be to reduce the strength of the federal government and those who support it, while also intimidating minority groups and political opponents into submission. All right. So let's play this clip here, man, because I did a lesson last year going into Llology. All right. You had this Edomite, which we'll play this in the end. Okay. You got this Edomite that was basically training police on how to kill, man. You know, basically getting ready for the civil war that's going to break out here in the streets of America. All right, so let's play this clip. You know, just wanted to follow up on that topic. All right, because the sword is ready.
I want to talk about an individual named Dave Grossman, a guy who might be able to make the claim to have trained members of law enforcement and in law enforcement related fields more than virtually anyone else. And what he's been training them in is insane. And it's not difficult to imagine how it could have helped to contribute fairly directly to the widespread police brutality that we see on a daily basis in America. So he has a thing he calls Llology. And I can define it, but you almost don't have to. If it's called Llology, it's not good.
See, these Edomites, they're ready to kill, man. Right? And like I said, I went into a lesson, you know, going into this topic last year. You know, I just wanted to, just bring it back. All right? Because this is the time we in. Okay? The sword is ready. This is Proverbs 10 and 11, and it reads, it says, the mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. All right? So why this devil has a term called Llology. Okay? Well, basically, they're preparing police, all right, to basically kill on sight, all right, to get ready to take a life. You know, they're out here training. They got the guns. They're at the gun ranges. Okay, and they're ready to come down on what they call you so-called liberals. All right, you Democrats, which you know that's all code for you Jakes, man. As we read in the article, the majority of the people that's going to be targeted is going to be minority groups. Okay, so this man is all about violence. All right, and this is the time we in Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even time of Jacob's trouble." All right. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. The sword is being furbished, is being made ready. All right. To start slaughtering 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics. Okay. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, which is the elect. Okay. Because really this judgment is really for 2/3 of you so-called rebellious Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, Hispanics. All right. That don't want to hearken unto the word, that have rejected, all right, the prophets and the ways of the Lord. So the Lord has a judgment set and prepared for you Jakes out there. All right.
But anyway, he created and popularized it. It instructs his students to be less hesitant to use deadly force in defense of their innocent neighbors. His fixation on this mentality is seemingly fueled with a messianic self-appointment to save the flocks, as he calls, those are civilians, by training sheepdogs, which he defines as lawfully armed community members, to treat even the smallest of American towns like war zones laced with imminent threats. So,
yeah, see, that's those militia groups. That's going to be them self-deputized Edomites, man. All right, that are out there training, that are out there, practicing. All right, letting loose with those guns, because really Esau is ready to lose it, man. Okay, they see America's done. They see that the government, the society's collapsing. Okay, so these devils are ready to take matters in their own hands. Okay, as the scriptures tell us in 2 Ezra chapter 15, that there should be sedition among men. Okay, and the term is called Llology, right, by this Edomite named Dave Grossman. Okay.
So he's got Llology. He says, all of you are too hesitant to murder people, / I'm really into Christian imagery. Anyway, in his America, it's a terrifying place where police are both the primary targets of and defenders against super predation. Though many independent sources show that the violent crime rate in America has steadily declined since the early 1990s, Grossman maintains that America is now scarier than ever, and that cops may well be the ones with the most to fear. He says, we know that if it were not for all the body armor, bulletproof vests worn by officers, law enforcement fatalities in the United States would easily be double or even triple what they are today. If this is not war, then you tell me what is, and I will not listen to you.
See? So like I said, this is war, all right? This is war that's being declared against Jake, man. All right, Esau's ready to use his Llology on you niggas, man. Okay? Because ultimately what? Esau is the sword. He's the weapon of Yahweh Shem Shai, which in due time he's about to give this devil the green light. Okay? This is Psalm 17 and verse 7, and it reads, show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that saveth by thy right hand, them which put their trust in thee from those that rise up against them. And the Lord is going to protect his elect, all right, in the time of this trouble, of the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, the time of chaos and civil war, all right, breaking out in the streets of America, all right. The Lord is going to cover his elect, okay. They're going to be spared. Verse 8, keep me as the apple of thy eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings, under the Lord's protection. Okay? From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. All right? Because these Edomites are ready to come down upon Jake. From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies. All right? Psalms 140. Esau is known as what? The wicked and violent man. Okay? From my deadly enemies who compass me about. Okay? Because you're going to see these militia groups. You're going to see these martial law troops, soldiers. All right? They're going to be out there in the streets. All right, when it's all chaos and lawlessness out there, man. All right, this is the evil time that's coming upon Babylon the Great. Psalm 17:10, it says, they are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth, they speak proudly. All right, as you see in this video here. All right, with the Edomite, his name is, what was it, Mark Grossland? Salakia. What was his name again? Yeah, Grossman. Okay. You know, he's speaking proudly. Basically, it's time to start killing, all right, you niggas, you jakes, man. Okay? Because remember, you are the target. Okay? But going back. Psalm 17:11, it says, they have now compassed me. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes, bowing down to the earth. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, as if it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Verse 13, it says, arise, O Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. All right, so Esau is the weapon, is the sword of Yahweh Shema Shai, the left hand. Okay, and he's going to use that sword against Jake, man, the wicked of you Israelites. Okay, he's going to use this devil, all right, to enact, all right, Yahweh Shema Shai's judgment. Okay, it's not a joke. That's why I said Jake is clueless, man. Okay, Esau is ready to use his blessing and lose it on Jake, man.
Grossman maintains that America is now scarier than ever, and that cops may well be the ones with the most to fear. He says, we know that if it were not for all the body armor, bulletproof vests worn by officers, law enforcement fatalities in the United States would easily be double or even triple what they are today. If this is not war, then you tell me what is, and I will not listen to you. So sure, the numbers are low, but in my mind, they could be higher. And so cops need to be more ready to kill people, Adrian. They sure have seemed hesitant, haven't they?
Oh, yeah, number one, that doesn't seem to be the case. I'd be afraid if they were actually out there hunting us, because that's essentially what this man is encouraging police.
See, and this is real because that's what they're going to do. Okay? They're going to be hunting Jake down, man. Okay? They're going to be slaughtering Jake. Matter of fact, let me get that. That's in Lamentations, right? Lamentations 4:17. Okay. Yeah. Lamentations 4:17. And it reads, it says, as for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help, and our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us, right? And you Jakes out there, you continue to put your trust in Egypt, man. Niggas still out here voting. Okay, niggas actually think that they vote counts. You know, you trust in the system, you trust in the politics and the presidency. All right, you trust in the nation that was set up to not save you, man. Right? Verse 18, they hunt our steps. All right, as Eve was just saying. They hunt our steps that we cannot go on our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is coming. This is what we saying, man. When we tell you that it's gonna get bad out here, it's gonna get bad, man. Okay? This is gonna be a terrible time. Verse 19. Lamentations 4:19, it says, our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. You see that in these Edomites, okay, these militia groups, all right, these deputized Edomites, okay, they're all about the NRA and Second Amendment, all right. They're waiting for this time. Okay, this is what we warning our people of, man. They're waiting for this time to come. Okay, because you remember, it's gonna be like purge like activities going on out here in the streets. All right, remember in January 1st, 2023, that's coming, of what's going on in Chicago. They're about to start, releasing, murderers and arsonists and kidnappers. They're about to put them back out there in the streets. Okay, so this is gonna be a terrible time out here, man. Okay? How much more plainer can we make this to you, you know?
To do as opposed to protect and serve, because I thought that was, hey, their little motto, not to hunt and kill. This guy is dangerous, and this mentality that he is infusing in officers is only going to hurt us as citizens.
Definitely. And I'm not a serious person, so I'm going to say something that's not particularly serious. So he makes that point there about if you're not for the body armor, the bulletproof vest, we'd be losing way more cops. I'm going to make a prediction. I don't know Dave Grossman. I really don't. I'm going to guess he's not against restrictions on armor-piercing bullets. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know, but he seems really worried about bulletproof vests. We'll see if he's interested in stopping people from getting the technology that would be able to penetrate them. In any event, why is this significant? It's not just significant because he is off giving ballroom speeches that are going to convince people that they need to basically become mini Zimmermans. No, it's that he has conducted trainings for every federal law enforcement agency, every branch of the armed forces, and cops in all 50 states, leading seminars and trainings nearly 300 days a year. So admittedly, he rises and grinds, I guess. He does a lot of these trainings, but unfortunately, he's training the sort of people that have the opportunity and seemingly the motivation to use deadly force on a regular basis.
See, that's that spirit. That's that. He's pushing that spirit of a true Edomite, man. Which is what to kill and destroy. All right, let's get this scripture too. All right, parable of the sword of the Lord. And who's the sword of the Lord? Who's the sword of Yahweh Shema Shai? Is the Edomite, man. The wicked. All right. Ezekiel 21:1, it says, and the word of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face toward Jerusalem, and drop thy word toward the holy places, and prophesy against the land of Israel. And say to the land of Israel, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, behold, I am against thee, and I will draw forth my sword out of his sheath, and I will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked. Seeing that I will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked, therefore shall my sword go forth out of his sheath against all flesh from south to the north, that all flesh may know that I, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, have drawn forth my sword out of his sheath, and it shall not return any more. Sigh therefore, thou son of man, with the breaking of thy loins, and with bitterness sigh before their eyes. Verse 7, Ezekiel 21:7. And it shall be when they shall say unto thee, wherefore sighest thou, that thou shalt answer, for the tidings because it cometh. And every heart shall melt, and all hands shall be feeble, every spirit shall be faint, and all knees shall be weak as water. Behold, it cometh, and it shall be brought to pass, saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shema Shai. This is a terrible time, man. The Lord is telling you that this is going to come to pass. Okay? The word of the Lord shall not go out void. It shall accomplish that which he please. Verse 8, Ezekiel 21:8, it says, again, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, say, a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. All right, because this sword is being furbished, is being polished, and is being made ready. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. All right, against you 2/3. It is furbished that it may glitter, Should we then make mirth? It condemneth the rod of my son as every tree. So yes, should you be making mirth? Should you be in a time of folly and bullshit? Okay, your enemy is preparing to slaughter you, man. He's prepared. He's declared war against you. Okay? This is the spirit that's on these cops and these Edomites out here, man. Okay? That are all about, their guns, their Second Amendment, all right? Taking America back. You see? This is not a joking matter. This is serious, man. But our people are caught up in folly, the trends of the world, all the bullshit. Okay, they have no idea what's happening. Verse 11, and Ezekiel 21:11, and he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened and is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. You see, which is going to be these Edomites. Verse 12, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, and it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by the reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon the thigh. All right. So the Lord has the sword furbished and ready. All right. For Jake. All right. For you 2/3. Okay. The rebellious of our people, man. Okay.
And it's not just that the official police training is you should be terrified, and if you're terrified, pull out your gun and start shooting. It's this guy saying you've got some sort of natural hesitation to kill. You need to train that out of you. It's wrong of you to think that killing is a bad thing, Adrian. And this is just a really, really bad combination here.
Oh, absolutely. It's telling people ignore your instincts and just kill, kill, kill. It's problematic to begin with. And I know the Biden administration is supposed to be looking into elements of police reform and things that they can do. And something they might want to look into is having training practices that are uniform and consistent. Because the fact that this guy is getting hired to train law enforcement is very, very scary. And it should not be the case. There's no reason that cops should assume automatically that we're the opposition, that we are in some kind of war, and us-them mentality is nothing more than essentially making us target practice.
Hey, but you Jays got to deal with reality because you are in war. You are the target. Okay? The main objective is what? To get rid of you niggas. Okay? Everything that we've been telling you week in and week out throughout these lessons, man. Okay, Esau is ready to come down because what? Because he knows that he have but a short time. Everything around him is collapsing. They're losing America. They're losing, their power, their dominance. Okay, so the final thing, the last resort, is just to come all the way down, to go all out. All right, he's going to completely lose his mind. All right, because the sword is his blessing, and he's gonna come. He's gonna reach all the way in his bag, and he's about to get busy out here, man. Right? Isaiah 10:5, and it reads, it says, "O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation." And Esau would be the modern day Assyrian, which is the rod of his anger, right? And the staff in their hand is my indignation. All right. The Lord's righteous indignation is going to be, all right, on this devil, all right, when he start getting busy. Isaiah 10:6, and I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge. Yeah, he's going to give the devil the green light, man. He's going to let him have his way. To take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire in the streets, man. 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, Hispanics are going to be treaded down like the mire in the streets. All right? Because you didn't want to take heed to the words of the Lord. You didn't want to repent. You didn't want to change your ways. Okay? So this is the judgment. This is the penalty, man. Okay? He's going to give this devil a charge to tread Jake down in the streets. See? See if a little bit more in here.
Yeah, and look, we sort of speculate about what effect this could have. We can't necessarily point directly to causality, but we can look at these sorts of trainings and see who's been involved in them. So for instance, Philando Castile, who was killed during a traffic stop by a cop in 2016. The officer who killed Philando Castile had previously attended a lethal force class called the Bulletproof Warrior. And why are all of these named as if they're just like overly macho, desperate, try-hard YouTubers that are running these things? Because basically that's what they are. They've just aged a bit. So that class was taught by Calibre Press, which claims to train nearly 20,000 officers per year, which should terrify you. Until recently, one of their most prominent speakers was Dave Grossman. As Jamel Hill pointed out, but more training, am I right? Yes, they just need more training. Better question would be which training, and that is a question that they do not want to answer. In any event, we want to give you a bit more of a direct look at what this Grossman guy is all about. So here is some of what you might have been exposed to had you been one of the people to train in one of these 300 or so classes each year.
Once you've made the decision to take a human life, You're a transformed creature. You're a predator. What does a predator do? They kill. Only a killer can hunt a killer. Are you emotionally, spiritually, psychologically prepared to snuff out a human life in defense of innocent lives?
Looks like happy hours at my...
Shalakia, let's let this pass.
If you can't make that decision, you need to find another job.
Okay, so you saw his face. I'm just gonna put it out there. He looks like every guy in Unsolved Mysteries that they haven't proven did it, but you know he definitely did it. He looked insane. If I was in that crowd, I would have been worried that he might kill me at any moment. And that's the guy that is supposed to train cops to be more ready to deploy lethal force. Not just cops, soldiers, FBI, every law enforcement agency in the country effectively has relied on this guy to help them decide when they need to kill.
See, it's not a game, Jake. And that's why I said, going back to this article, right? That's going to be the militia groups, man. If a second civil war breaks out in the U.S., it would be a guerrilla war fought by fought by multiple small militias spread around the country, man. All right? As we saw in the beginning, those that are out there in the woodlines training, you know, as things going down. And this is all Bible prophecy, okay? And this guy, what's his name? Mark Grossman, all right? You know, Dave Grossman, Salakia, all right? You know, so this is him, which they played the clip already, okay? But he's training all these cops, all right? Ex-military, federal agents, okay? This is that war, Jake, okay? Let's get that too. It's the season we in, man. Okay, Jake, you better wake the hell up, man. All right, Ecclesiastes 3. Chapter 3, a time for everything. Right? Straight to the point. All right. Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Jumping down, verse 8, a time to love, a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace, all right? And we're clearly in the time of hate and war, man, all right? And that true Edomite spirit is being riled back up. Okay, that's how we know in the spirit this thing is going down, man. Chaos, disorder, turmoil, calamity, man. Great death, all right, in the streets of America, man. You know? But hey, this is just a warning. You know, we're going to continue to warn our people. You know, but ultimately, you know, you Israelites out there you have no idea. You're not ready, man. This thing is about to get ugly, you know? But I just want to bring that lesson back out. You know, I pray that this quick lesson was edifying, you know. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect. Shalom to the next one. Shalom.